Welcome everybody to the Jaye Wellness Health and Wellness Coaching 101. I am Jaye Wellness, and I am going to be introducing you to a new segment here on our channel. Things are going to be switching up a little bit here around the Jaye Wellness channel. We are now partnering with Wellness Academy, also known as Wellness Acad for short, and it's going to be great. I just want to give you a little background. Wellness Academy is basically a organization that basically supports those new startup companies, the entrepreneurs, any individual that's interested in the health and wellness industry that want to go out and start getting some clients and doing some teachings and learnings and coachings and stuff like that. So they have a lot of exciting digital resources on their website, and I'm going to be leaving that in the description as well. It's going to be www.wellnessacad.com, and it's going to be a great website. I would love for all you to check out. We're going to be partnering with them, and so it's going to be a great thing. So I wanted to let you know about that. We're switching things up as far as the Jaye Wellness goes. We're going to be structuring over to a more educational, obviously the whole channel is education, but we're going to be doing a lot of these type of videos. These are video courses, and they're very important. Very effective as well. I noticed talking to many people, getting their feedback, and really understanding what is needed out there, because that's the thing. When you provide a service, you want to also supply a need. You want to do what's important to you, but you want to supply what's needed, what everybody enjoys, what they're looking for. And so talking to many people, there's a few animated videos that I did on the Jaye Wellness channel where it was basically having the Jaye Wellness character there, and just basically explaining health things that I've discovered over the years, and just basically talking about all the things that come with, let's say for example, we had some discussions about stress and eustachian tube dysfunction and just going over web topics. Those were very long videos, and so they were very successful and very needed. So we want to start structuring more of these type of videos. And these are also going to be videos that you will be finding and will find on the www.wellnessacad.com website, Wellness Academy. They're going to have a lot of these type of videos on there. And I will also have possibly upload this video on there as well. But for now, all my content on my channel is going to be completely free. And so I just wanted to just go ahead and give you a little introductory about what's in store with the Jaye Wellness channel. We're going to keep pushing, keep going. It's just going to switch gears a little bit. Now we had questions, are we going to do any animation at all anymore? Very minimal, but for now it's going to be a lot of educational content and going in that route. So I'm sorry for the 3-minute spill, but I had to get you up to date on what's going on with the Jaye Wellness channel. We're going to be going into this. So if you're an entrepreneur, and also, by the way, if you're going to use this video for your own road of success that you're going to be traveling on pretty soon, and you're wanting to implement this video, please reach out to me. I will give you a cut copy minus all the mumble jumble right now at the beginning. So here we go. We're going to jump into our video course here. These are the 3 elements of health and wellness. Now, the next slide here is basically going to be this just kind of gives you the background of 6 elements. So what I've done is I put together there are 6 principles, basically 6 elements, and these are the things that we try to achieve day to day. Now, do we achieve those day to day? No, probably not. Are there some days where we do achieve those? Of course we do, but it's very likely that some of those you're gonna fall short on day to day. I think in this week alone I probably fell short on 4 of those each day. And so that's pretty poor. It's less than 50%. So I want to go over that right now. You feel free to read this at your earliest time. It's going to be on here uploaded forever. So check out this 6 elements here. The 6 elements are what we should live by. You always want to be physically active. That's important, extremely important. That makes up so many things in our life. Not only is that going to improve your physical appearance, but it's going to enhance you mentally, emotionally. It's going to cover things on this list here, by the way. Just being physically active. And now I want to stress that your physical might not be someone else's physical. For others, walking may be successful for them. Others, they need to run, they need to jog, they need to move faster, have a faster pace. So I want to stress that if you have to find what your physical is. You might stretch. That could be your physical stretching. yoga. Those are things that are going to be pertinent for you to feel better. Mine is just kind of in the middle of all of that. So you have to find a healthy medium, healthy ground. And so your physical, just saying you have to be physically active. That's all I want to stress. You have to. If you're dealing with physical issues where being physical is restraint, of course you want to follow that by your doctor or any physicians you're seeing, and make sure that you structure your life accordingly. So physically active, that's going to take up a lot of what we want as a concern here. Social is kind of hard right now. We all know we're living in a pandemic and we're trying to maintain our lives accordingly, but you want to still be able to reach out. That's the beauty of our world. It's all digital. We're obviously transitioning to a world where that's going to be most of how we get around and what we do. You want to have a good social background, of course, with your family. You want to make sure that you keep in touch with family members and friends and neighbors if you can and as you can. Of course, you don't want to go out of the way. If you have a busy life and you have to stick to that, that's totally fine. But you want to make sure you have a healthy relationship, and that socializing is, just keep in mind that that's a part of the health and wellness 6 elements. Environmental. Well, I'm going to dig into all these topics shortly here, so I just wanted to cover the first 3 because I'm not going to talk too much about those in the next coming slides because it's pretty self-explanatory. So environmental, obviously, depending on where you live and your surroundings, that's going to determine how you avoid that. But of course, we're going to dig deeper into that coming in the next slides here. So let's go into how physical health is important for you. We definitely talked about that already. So we're just going to say, it helps you stay and avoid a lot of issues and ailments that can come your way. And it's also important, it's very self-explanatory. So you want to maintain a healthy lifestyle, and being physical and having good physical health is what's going to keep you that way. So we kind of dove into that. And this just kind of tells you that maintaining good physical health is extremely important. So I will cover this here. Your immune system has a lot to do with how physical you are and your lifestyle. Moving, you got to keep moving. I can't stress enough. And just keep in mind, smoking and drinking is going to hit your immune system hard. It hits others harder than some others, but regardless, it's not improving your immune system. So I would say minimize. If you're having trouble with both of those things, please minimize it if you can't completely cut them out. Getting your fruits and vegetables is pretty self-explanatory. Whole grains, fiber, and things like that. Low and saturated fat. We talked about exercising regularly. This is a big topic right here. Getting adequate sleep. I actually wrote a book about sleep to tell you, pretty much outline how important that is. And so getting adequate sleep is something we don't all do at all. We don't. We just simply don't sleep enough. I am one of those people that probably get 4 to 5 hours of sleep. Terrible. You should be getting about 7 to 8 hours of sleep if you can. You're going to notice benefits at 7 or 8 hours. Are you going to be able to meet 7 or 8 hours every day? Of course not. But if you can, please make an effort, conscious effort to, depending on the way your life is going. Of course, we all can't do that. But you're going to notice when you don't feel good, I guarantee you it's going to be one of 3 things, and sleep is probably one of those 3 things. Don't try going out there looking for what might not be a problem or taking what might not help. Just think, did I sleep enough the last 3 days? And when you can answer that question, if you're not getting above 7 hours, it probably is sleep that's your problem. So don't do what I do sometime and try to look too far out the box. Sleep is usually what's causing your problem. Having a good immune system is going to help you avoid infection and things of that nature. This is something this should have been in effect way beyond the pandemic, is washing your hands frequently. That's something that we should have been doing from the jump. We think now we do it, but we need to, with longevity, be washing our hands. We touch everything. We can't live without touching things. So you have to wash your hands regardless of what's going on. You just have to, because we touch our face so much. So you got to do that. And then the next thing is just talking about, cooking meats thoroughly, things like that. You want to, avoid food poisoning, things of that nature. And of course, with depending on your health, bill of health, how you are, you want to get medical screenings, and so that's important as well. Diabetes, that's a big topic. These are some of the strategies of prevention. Obviously, physical health will help you manage your weight, diet. Of course, we talked about avoiding smoking, and just staying lean and trim. We all are not blessed with genes that keep us lean or metabolisms that keep us lean. But if you can just stay trimmed up, just make yourself move a little bit better. Regardless of what your outside exterior looks like, you want to make sure your inside is doing well. And as long as you're staying active, we all are not going to be 120 pounds, but just maintain good proper balance and you'll be just fine. I could talk to you forever about intellectual and mental health. It's a big problem in our society. We all are troubled with mental health problems and things like that, or have known someone to be troubled. And sometimes we are aware that they're being troubled, and we have to be gentle and delicate to that, because it's a major issue that a lot of people are just dealing with the grind of the daily life. And some of us can deal with it, some of us can't. Doesn't mean we're weak or stronger necessarily. It depends on what we're dealing with. Some things hit home for others that might not hit home for the next person. So let's just keep that in mind. And I guarantee if you're dealing with these things, being aware is over half the battle. You find a lot of the times just being aware of it, to be able to seek help and not deal with it alone. And so you'll find a lot of the 6 elements we talked about. I'm really gonna promote those 6 elements, because if you can follow the 6 elements, if you can follow those, you are going to be golden. If you can just at least be aware of all 6 each day in, day out, you're going to be golden. Now, I don't want to make you a hypochondriac either. I don't want you to think everything that you feel or do is a dysfunction of one of these 6, but I want you to be just aware of it. If you can just be aware of these issues, you'll be just fine. So let's go back. Environmental health. I briefly talked about this. Not going to spend a lot of time in environmental health, but just kind of outlines it a little bit. If you're one, of course we're very blessed that a lot of us have clean water, clean food, and a lot of us do not. So this is definitely something that's not fair for a lot of individuals. They don't have a chance in improving this section of their health, but there's always hope, and we can always help. And so if you are at a position that you have access to all of these things, take advantage of improving and maintaining, and just being aware of your environmental health, because it's going to be a major impact of your diet, of your lifestyle, of your choices, of your improvement. We all are seeking a goal of optimal health. That's what we all would like. Some of us want to work hard to get there. Some of us want to cruise. Some of us fall in the middle. We're kind of cruising, but then we hustle a little bit here and there. If you're in any of those categories, just maintain what's best for you. I'm not going to sit here and tell you where to be. I'm going to educate you on what I know, and you decide where you need to be. That's what I do. I'm not one of those people that has the answer to everything. So I like to educate. That's really what I'm about. These are just kind of going over some of the environmental effects on our health. And this is really, some of this we can't avoid, obviously, but if we can, then these are some of the things that we want to be aware of. Just give you an example, carbon monoxide machine. I had a couple of units that went out almost simultaneously, within 2 days apart, or actually a day apart, I'm sorry. They went off, they went crazy. One day they started going off. I panicked a little bit, but not in a panicky, fumbling way, but alert to it. And I got my family out of the house, and I called the fire department, and they came and they took care of it and made sure that it was just a machine that was past its prime. So be aware. That's an example of being aware of your environmental effects, your environmental health in the area that you put yourself in. Make sure you have your machines ready to go. And so that's one of the things that's very important. And then of course mold and asbestos, that's indoor pollutants, and so just be conscientious about those things. Now if you didn't hear anything else I said, in this whole lecture video course, short little video course, please look at this picture here. Depicted, you'll see a man smashing down with his hammer to hit that top part of the optimal health bell. And this is what we kind of talked about earlier. This is where it's at. This is important for us. Optimal health is what we all would like. And I told you, I kind of stated before, some of us are cruising towards that, some of us are hustling, some of it we're just like don't care maybe that much, but that's what we want. And you want to make sure that when you hit the optimal health bell that you stay up there. And if you come down a little bit, try not to come down any lower than average health if you can. But some of us start letting that ball drop too far, way too far. And that's the problem of our society, is we get comfortable to the point where it's too late to turn around and hit it back up. So if you're at optimal health right now, stay as close to optimal as you possibly can, and try not to let yourself slip too far down. You'll know the signs. So stay at that level, or gradually come down if you need to. You know, I understand there's life is life. You can't be all the way up there all the time, but that's what we strive for. And as you see there, it's a continuum, something you do every day. So you can't achieve optimal health overnight, and you can't maintain it overnight. It's all about balance, and that's important. And so that's what I wanted to explain to everybody. That concludes our little video course here. I'm going to be kicking these out pretty often as I can, just to let you know if you missed the first half of the video or you fell asleep during the first half of the video, just know that this is kind of where we're going to lean to, folks. This is very successful. I find that I've been requested that by many many companies would love these videos for their staff. If they're in charge of a health or wellness institution or medical facility, these are going to be very important, and they're going to help people feel better. And that's what I want. Ultimately, that's why I started the channel, is I want people to feel better, of all ages, not just adults, but children as well. And so this is where it's at. And so please feel free to share this video if you like. It's got some good info on here. Remember the 6 elements. If you're taking a quiz on this video, make that one of the questions, please. So this is going to be Jay Wellness signing out. This is the Health and Wellness Coaching 101. We're going to be kicking these videos out pretty often, and I look forward to the next topic. I can't wait to give you that information. But before I let you go, there's always one thing that I leave you with. Being well is feeling well. Feeling well is doing well. Doing well is living well. Take care, everybody.